All right, let's pick up on both of those fires. We're going to backtrack a bit to the fire that we mentioned a few moments ago in terms of updating you on the status of this fire burning just on the outskirts of Pittsburgh. This is the view right now, a live view this morning from the top of Mount Diablo, looking out over towards the Delta. I mean, at that point, it's almost more San Joaquin River. And there's a lot of smoke that's still being put into the air for this part of the bay. Con Fire has been working this fire for quite some time. They feel confident that they've got it contained and that no structures are threatened, but it's burning in a difficult part of the wetland out there to suppress a fire. And they're just going to monitor it and keep it corralled. And as a process, there's going to be smoke that gets continually put into the air here. If we look at the air quality sensors, Pittsburgh, you're actually fine. But look downstream as that onshore breeze takes that smoke and blows it more towards Antioch. So if you're waking up in Antioch this morning, air quality's not good. We're looking at unhealthy for sensitive groups there, even back towards the hill here, as some of that air has kind of gotten corralled back against the terrain. So just be mindful of the air quality if you're in the vicinity of that fire burning on the outskirts of the Pittsburgh power plant. Now, back to the fire Lilia was just showing us in Yosemite. It's burning on the south side of that park, in the Mariposa Grove. But that's what it looks like in Yosemite Valley right now. That's a live picture made available from the network of cameras that the Yosemite Association has made available. The reason I want you to see that is because we're likely going to see a shift in the wind over the next 24 hours, and much of that smoke is going to get drawn our way. By the way, before I show you the smoke forecast for us for tomorrow, here's what the footprint of that fire looks like right now. It's outlined here in pink. This is updated from yesterday, and we can watch the growth of this fire. And just for orientation, the Mariposa Grove sits over here. Maybe you can make out the white curvy line. That's the road, the old road that used to go right through the heart of that grove. The upper grove sits up here. The lower grove sits down here where the grizzly giant is. I know a lot of people care very deeply about this place. We know this fire has burned through the lower elevations of that grove. We know giant sequoias have already been impacted. But from looking at the latest map, the majority of the grove appears at this point to be escaping the worst of the flames. However, the community of Wawona sits right up there, and this fire has been making a steady northward progression. So there's still a lot to be watched on that. In terms of the smoke, if there's as much smoke coming off of that fire tomorrow as there was yesterday, and there was a lot of smoke yesterday, the general flow in the atmosphere by tomorrow morning wants to start bringing some of that smoke to our sky. So that's something that we may also notice. It's not necessarily going to be a major impact on air quality at the lower elevations where we all breathe, but it will certainly be visible, perhaps, tomorrow. This, obviously, not smoke. We're going to switch gears now and get back to the actual weather forecast. We're looking at the low clouds and fog right in the heart of the bay. The marine layer has reappeared. Just for the immediate bay, if you're inland, you're waking up to sunshine this morning. Temperatures right around 60 for most of us. And if we watch the marine layer melt back, it's going to be a sunny day for just about everybody except the immediate coast today and the Golden Gate, just like yesterday, and warmer. The real headline in this morning's first alert forecast is a 10-degree warm-up today, above where we were yesterday. Santa Rosa, Livermore, you'll be 11 degrees warmer than yesterday. Oakland and San Francisco will be 10. And if we put the numbers for that over on the far right-hand side, you can see where we'll be. But let's get a few more on here before I get to the 7-day. Redwood City, you're going to 85 today. Mountain View goes to 82. And San Rafael goes to 90. In the 7-day forecast, it's today and tomorrow that are like this. The two warm to hot days. San Jose, you can call this hot when you're right around 90. But you will cool down to the mid-80s by the middle part of this week. So it doesn't last long. And when we look at our microclimates, it's the same story on here. Mid-90s for the next 2 days for those warmest inland East Bay valleys and North Bay valleys. And then you'll cool down for the middle part of the week before perhaps warming up again by the time we get to next weekend, Devin.
So you say the wind shifts and it brings that smoke at least to Sacramento. Does it bring it all the way to us as well?
From that latest high-resolution forecast, it looks like we should see it in the sky by the time we get to tomorrow. But it being 24 hours out, it's heavily dependent on the behavior of the Washburn fire itself. The atmosphere will bring the smoke this way if it's putting as much smoke in the sky as it was yesterday. So let's hope they make some progress on that fire today, not only for our air quality tomorrow, but also for that southern part of Yosemite.
Gotcha. We'll keep an eye on it.
Yeah.